Crime scene tape is one of the most iconic forensic and law enforcement images in pop culture. But why is something as simple as this absolutely crucial to real-life investigations? Fauxrensics case number 16, securing the scene. Do not cross. When you see it, you know you're looking at the leading edge of a crime scene. That's why it's used so often in television and movies. It's the perfect visual cue. But the one thing pop culture shows just as much as the tape itself is people thoughtlessly walking past it, entering and leaving an active crime scene at will. Is that how it is in real life? Or is that crime scene tape just faux show? Any experienced CSI will tell you that the first and most integral step to any investigation is securing the scene. It's also one of the most difficult. The slightest breach can alter an investigation significantly. Isolating the immediate area of a scene means securing things like points of entry, possible escape routes, clothing, vehicles, and weapons, just to name a few. Access to the scene must be limited to essential personnel only, and a strict record of who enters and leaves needs to be created and maintained. This will help to ensure that any evidence found is connected to the crime only, and not connected to any unauthorized personnel on the scene. It's also important to note that simply flashing a badge doesn't always grant instant access to a scene like you see happen so often on TV. Unauthorized personnel isn't limited to the obvious, like onlookers and family members, for example.
It's okay. I'm a police officer.
Well, it's not always okay. High-ranking officers and police personnel not directly involved with the investigation can sometimes fall into that category. Keeping unauthorized personnel out of the area helps prevent evidence contamination or tampering. Too many people entering a scene might accidentally move or step on something of importance, for example. Perpetrators themselves might even try to return to a scene in an attempt to alter incriminating evidence. Now, speaking of iconic images, here's a classic. This is usually the first image that pops into most people's minds when they hear the words investigator or inspector. It's absolutely iconic, so it's often used in television, movies, and all of pop culture. So what's wrong with it? Look a little closer. You may not realize it, but this investigator is contaminating the very crime scene he's working on. Any idea why? If you guessed that he's smoking a pipe while conducting an investigation, you'd be absolutely right. Securing a scene doesn't just mean keeping the right people in and out. The actions of the authorized personnel on the scene is just as important. And as we mentioned before, proper PPE needs to be worn at all times. Precautions like these prevent introducing any outside contamination. The last thing an investigator wants is for evidence to lead back to them, destroying their case and credibility. A secure crime scene is strictly regulated and monitored inside and out. Containment is first and foremost once the investigation begins. Anything else is Fauxrensics. Hey everyone, thanks for watching this latest program from NFSTC. If you'd like to see more, click on one of these links and don't forget to subscribe. We'll see you next time.